The month of June in Pokemon Go is here, and we have field research tasks that we're going to go over today to make sure you guys know everything that's in the field, in Pokestops, behind the veil, and to make sure we have everything we need to know in Pokemon Go. So I'll go to the Trickle Up. Here we go! June 2023 field research are as follows. We have catch 5 Pokemon, which could be either a Cubone, Baltoy, or a Swinub. Swinub is going to be one of those Pokemon that I do point out because the Shadow Mammal Swine is very efficient, and this Pokemon did get high horsepower, which makes it very efficient for ground. The 100% IV for the Swinub is going to be 317. And then we have catch 7 Pokemon, which could be either one of 3. It could be either a Magikarp, a Stuffle, or a Wimpod. And the Magikarp 100% IV will be 117, and the Stuffle will be 579. We have catch 7 different species of Pokemon, which will be an Execute, 503, or we have catch 10 Pokemon, which will be one of 3 ghost Pokemon, which will be either a Shuppet, a Misdreavus, or a Duskull. And as we do go through this video, there may be a decent amount that I don't give the IVs for. It's probably because I don't really think it's the most relevant Pokemon here, to be quite honest with you. Duskull will be 302, Shuppet will be 436, and Misdreavus will be 825. Catch 15 Pokemon will be a Porygon, 737, or we also have 2 other Pokemon, Bronzer at 258, or Baltoy at 337. And then we have catch 15 different species of Pokemon, which is going to be an Alolan Executor encounter, 1292. This Pokemon is a decently, I would say, rare Pokemon, and I think it's great, and it also has a shiny, so it's a very cool Pokemon at that. And then we have catch a Dragon type Pokemon, which could be one of 3 dragons that are going to be out there. So we have Dratini, 100% IV, 430. I love Dratini because it is a fantastic meta attacker. As a Shadow, it's extremely powerful, and it doesn't need an Elite TM, as does the Bagon, which is the other Pokemon in here at 495, because that Pokemon has to have an Elite TM for the Outrage move, as opposed to the Dragonite that is already coming with it. But then also we do have Axew, that's going to be 586 here, and we do have Axew Calm Day coming up, and this one does have a shiny as well, and Haxorus is going to get Brutal Swing on Calm Day. And then we have catch 10 normal grass, fire, and water Pokemon, which can give you 10 Mega Energy for each of the according Pokemon. So if you guys do want that, not really a hard thing to do, and something that I do recommend every time you get that can just easily add, because catching 10 Pokemon is not very hard. Species may be a little harder, but it's going to easily add to your Mega Energy for free here. And catching the grass, fire, and water is going to be extremely helpful because all these megas are very good in Pokemon Go, but the Hoenn-ones are going to be the most effective. And then next we have catch 5 Pokemon with a weather boost, which can be Vulpix at 378, Poliwag at 355, Hippopotas at 482, Snover at 497, and Snover does have a Mega Abomasnow. That's pretty effective ice attacker, but it also does have a great dual type Mega. We have Wingull, that's going to be 328, Vanillite, that's going to be 443, and then we have the Roggenrola at 516. Then we have use 5 raspberries to help catch Pokemon, Spinarak at 350, or Ledyba at 312, which is then going to transition us into the throwing tasks. Make 5 nice throws can be a Diglett or an Alolan Diglett, 289 for the regular one or 292 for the Alolan. We have Pseudo at 920, or we also have Dunsparce at 724. Then we have make 10 nice throws for a Psyduck, 474, or a Woobat, 435, or make 3 great throws, which can be a myriad of different Pokemon, which can include Snubbull, Clamperl, Kabuto, Omanite, LGM, or Binacle, and all of those Pokemon do have shinies. That's a great task to be able to kind of get you a Russian roulette of potential shiny luck there. We have make 5 great throws, which is going to be a Mankey encounter, 499, an Apom encounter, 579, or a Baltoy encounter at 337. Then we have make 3 great throws in a row, which could be either an Anorith or a Lileep. The Lileep 100% IV will be 553, and the Anorith will be 655. We have make 3 great curveball throws, which can be an Onix encounter, 472 is the 100% IV, or make 5 great curveball throws in a row, which is the notorious Spinda task. And that 100% IV is going to be 523. Or make 2 excellent throws in a row, which could be a Beldum. Love this task, 418. It does have a shiny and it does have a future Mega. Or make 3 excellent throws in a row, which can be either one of 3 Pokemon, which I love this task, which is going to be a Larvitar at 445. Just remember that Larvitar did just go into Tyranitar, and Tyranitar now has Brutal Swing. If you want to see how good that Pokemon is, check that video up here. Or a Gibble, 477. Or once again, we also have a Beldum in here at 418. So these excellent throw 2 tasks, 2 or 3, are great ones to do. Which then leads us into the Battle League tasks. So we do have win a Go Battle League battle, which could be a female Nidoran at 349, or a Metatite at 297, or a Drillbur at 589, which is a brand new shiny. Win a raid, which could be a Marowak encounter, 786 on this one, and this Pokemon is a second tier evolution Pokemon, so I highly suggest giving it a berry, running from it, and stocking it up for a future Calm Day where we have 3 times catch Stardust. And we have a brand new task, which I really like. It's going to be win a 3-star raid or higher, which most of us will win one of these at some point or another, which can now be be either an Archon or a Tortuga, and both of these Pokemon do have shiny. The Archon 100% IV will be 789, or the Tortuga will be 638. Then we have win 3 raids for a Clink or a Mawile. Clink is 409 and Mawile is 700. The Mawile does have a future Mega Pokemon. Both of them do have pretty good looking shinies as well. And the notorious win 5 raids will be an Aerodactyl encounter. 1193 does have a shiny, but once again guys, this task is very demanding on resources and things. So if you're gonna do it over a couple days, or you do raid quite frequently, that's one thing, but if you don't, I highly suggest you guys dump this task and just wait for the raid battles or the mega raids to be able to do this. But this one is a catch-22 because if you don't want to participate in raid battles, you still have to beat raid battles here, but you can get the free passes. So that's one thing to be able to do as well, which then is going to lead us into our exploring tasks, which is going to be hatch an egg, Scyther at 1160. The Scyther does have a shiny and it also does have a mega when to evolve into Scissor. Great Pokemon, steel and bug type. Sudowoodo, which is going to be 920. Nincada, which is going to be 329. Trubbish 428, or Baniri at 539. So the Trubbish is another Stardust boosted Pokemon. So if you do get this one and you do get the Trubbish, give it a berry, run away from it, and stock it up for the future calm days. We have hatch 2 eggs, which can be either a Pikachu 402, a Beldum 418, Togedemaru Maru, which is 926, or we have Phoebus, which is going to be 117. That one might look familiar because that's the same IVs as the Magikarp. Walk 1 kilometer will be a Snubbull encounter at 530. Walk 3 kilometers is one of my favorite tasks here because this will be a Sableye. 632 future mega on this Pokemon, but most importantly, this Pokemon is going to be Stardust boosted. So you are going to want to do this task quite frequently, as if you find it and give it a berry, run away from it and keep stocking up. There are a decent amount of Pokemon here that you can stock up here. Walk 4 kilometers, which is going to be a Snorlax encounter at 1382. I really like that task. Spin 3 Pokestops or gyms can be either one of 4. We have Sudowoodo at 920, a Remoraid, which is a good shiny at 391, a Ralts at 231, and just remember Ralts does have the Mega Gardevoir and it will go into the Mega Gallade at some point, or the Aeron at 560. And then we have spin 5 Pokestops or gyms, which can be either one of 4 Pokemon, a regular Growlithe that does have a shiny, 533, a Hisuian Growlithe, yes, you can now get it from field research at 566. It's obviously a chance, but it does happen, or the Slowpokes, either of the forms, which is going to be 525. Take a snapshot of a wild Pokemon can be a Trapinch at 546, or a Croagunk at 408, or a Cottonee at 300. Take a snapshot of Ground Rock or Fairy can be either a Clefairy at 495, a Geodude at 554, or a Trapinch at 546. And then we finally have training tasks. We have evolve a Pokemon for an Eevee at 459, power up a Pokemon 3 times, which can be one of the Kanto starters. Check out the IVs here. Power up a Pokemon 5 times, used to be the Johto starters, but now it is either Snivy, Tepig, or Oshawott, and some Mega Energy. I highly suggest you guys steer away from powering up a Pokemon 5 times because this is going to take your Stardust. But if you do choose to do so, please do so with very low level Pokemon, preferably level 1, where all of the power up bar is all the way down to the bottom, because you can use 4 of those for 200 Stardust, each for 800 Stardust, and save a lot of Stardust there. And power up 7 Pokemon used to be Hoenn starters, which can be either a Rowlet, a Litten, or a Poplio. I do not like this task. I'm just saying here, I would steer away from this one if you can, but if you do want it, go ahead and do so. But just remember how I told you to do it. And power up Pokemon 10 times could be Ampharos, Houndoom, or Aerodactyl Energy in the quantity of 25, which is actually pretty impressive, but once again, it's Stardust costly. So if you're gonna do this, at least have multiple of these so you can yield more. And then finally, we have buddies and friendships. And then we have earn 2 candies walking your buddy, which can be either a Jigglypuff, a Bunnelby, a Litleo, Glameow, or a Dedenne. Earn 3 candies walking your buddy can now be the shiny potential of the regular Stunfisk at 926. Earn 3 candies with your buddy can be either a Lillipup, a Poochyena, or a Baniri. Send 5 gifts and add a sticker can be either a Sudowoodo, a Spritzy, or a Swirlix. I really like the Swirlix shiny and the Spritzy shiny as well. I do not have the Spritzy shiny, and I actually traded away my Swirlix shiny to Zoe, so I'm looking for that one again, but I'm bet that over the summer in some of these Go Fests, I will be able to encounter one. Then we have traded Pokemon, which could be either a Machop at 548 or a Roggenrola at 516. Then we have defeat 3 Team Go Rocket Grunts, can be either a Lotad or a Timpole. Both have shinies. And then finally, purify 3 Shadow Pokemon for a Haunter at 841. So this one here is going to be a second tier evolution Pokemon. But if you think about it, at a minimum, if you guys are powering up the least amount you possibly can, that's going to be 1,000 Stardust per Purify, which is going to be 3,000 Stardust. And this Pokemon will not yield you more than 3,000 Stardust per catch when you do use it on Calm Day. So it actually would be a negative for purifying and getting this Pokemon, especially if you're going over this. So that is everything that we need to know here. And for the field research, we have Sableye, Beldum, Audino, Furfrou, Gumi, or Noibat. So these Pokemon will be in there, and if you can time up the Audino to be able to be caught during a streak, it's a great Pokemon to have a star piece on and be able to help yield you, especially if you're able to time it up with Monday Adventure Sync and you're able to walk 50 kilometers or even 100 kilometers for that week and get all that Stardust. That would be a fantastic thing to do on a star piece and hatch 12-kilometer eggs. That's going to be a massive tip to make your gameplay more efficient in Pokemon Go. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.